Numenor is in a civil war in today's Last Alliance Total War battle feud today as we return to the Second Age as the Numenorian kingdoms clash to decide who will have dominion over their island. In this one here, we do have the Kingdom of Anadune up against the Kingdom of Numenor. And yeah, these are the two Numenorian factions that you can get in Last Alliance Total War, the Second Age mod for Shogun 2 Total War. So yeah, we're back here in Shogun 2 with more modded action. And yeah, we're returning to the glorious Last Alliance about Total War. And we have a great battle here lined up. Only a 1v1, but two really fun factions, and it's always nice to see like the two Numenorian factions facing off against each other. These guys are, some really cool units, and so probably my favorite two looking factions, to be honest. The steel armor that Numenor has just looks great. It really does. My favorite is definitely the Kingdom of Numenor. Very Gondorian look in style. But yeah, in this one, it's giving very much like pike and shot vibes. We have a lot of Numenorian pikemen here that are hidden for the Kingdom of Anadune. They are kind of just sat there waiting. There's also barricades as well, I just realized. Didn't realize you could bring them in Last Alliance, but apparently so. And also, the Kingdom of Numenor also has a bunch of pikes as well. They brought, it looks like 4 units, maybe more. Yeah, it looks like 5 actually. So they brought a whole bunch of their own pikes to, I guess, combat Numenor's pikes, but they wouldn't have known what each other have, I guess. It's an interesting coincidence they both brought a lot of pikemen. We do have Tar Miriel here with the Royal Guard moving forward, a unique general we don't often see a Sildor at the moment, I feel like, with the Kingdom of Numenor, but nice to see Tar Miriel instead, another range unit that can be used, and they're really using their range power right now on both sides to try and focus each other down. The steel bowmen here, yeah, are in a long range power. I mean, this is insane range that both sides are fighting over. It's like elven levels of range. I think the steel bowmen do have pretty incredible range stats. And it's a very stretched out battle. I mean, Numenor's got its infantry really up close to Anadune's its archers. Anadune's having to force back his archers now. And yeah, I mean, he could start focusing down his armored swords, but by pushing up their swords and their spears like this, Numenor, they are getting close to the trap that is all these hidden Anadune infantry, all these Numenorians as well over here. It's going to get confusing calling everyone Numenorian, but I'll try and make sure to say one is Anadune and one is Numenor. Yeah, we've got the Numenorian Faithful of the Golden King, so that's Pharazon. He's not actually here in today's game. They do just have the boring General Bodyguard, which is a bit of a shame. I was kind of hoping we could have Pharazon versus Tar Miriel, a showdown that you're probably going to get in Rings of Power. I've not got that far in Rings of Power. I have no idea whether they're going to have a duel. I know that like Pharazon kind of like it's like proclaimed king while Tar Miriel's still like alive, but I haven't really got much further than that. And it looks like they are kind of like holding up in this little fortress they made with the barricades sort of to help them protect their flanks, and they've got the forest in their center. So it looks like, yeah, Anadune's planning to play a defensive game, and then he's got these sneaky little units on the flanks here, these Numenorian shock infantry and these venturers that he's going to spring out at the right time and hit the flanks. He also has the only bit of cav in today's game. He has Numenorian scouts available for both factions. But yeah, only brought by Anadune here today. They're like a missile cav unit. But yes, if you're enjoying Last Alliance and would like to see some more of the Second Age mod on the channel, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support, guys. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to get involved in some battles or send in your own, then do feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description, as is the link to the Last Alliance mod. If you haven't got it already, it's worth getting. I'll also leave a link for the Discord if you ever wanted to get involved in some battles that they do on there. But yeah, it looks like both sides have brought steel bowmen, so they're evenly matched in quality of bows. I guess with Tar Miriel, maybe Kingdom of Numenor has the extra bow. Does it seem as well like they're not taking so many losses? They seem like they're changing target. Does Anadune on which one he's focusing down? It's now this one here. Well, I feel like Numenor is focusing one down at a time. It's this one here on the air, 98 of them. And it looks like we're going to see a charge here. Numenorian Swordmasters traveling a long, long way to try and get into combat. This is a very elite shock infantry unit. Very little missile block, and it's having to travel a long way in an absolute storm of arrows right now. Already at half strength, and it's not going to make it to the front lines, I imagine. This unit is going to get focused down. Very suicidal choice here from Numenor just to throw out this unit, and it's going to get met by Numenorian heavy infantry. It is going to make it to the front lines. 70 of them make it there. And I don't think they're going to make it any close to those archers. They are just going to get focused down. Really odd choice. And actually thinking about it, Tar Miriel being as a range unit, actually they're still even up because the Numenorian Scout is a bow unit. So actually, yeah, both sides have 5 range units in some capacity as a general or as a cav unit. They are combat even, funnily enough, these swordmasters. They are managed to hold their own against this heavy infantry, I guess. Maybe on the charge, they do pretty well. They've only lost 1 or 2 since they've got into melee. And the heavy infantry have lost a couple, to be fair. And the archers, yeah, definitely the steel bowmen of the Kingdom of Anadune are losing. Don't know whether that's going to force the Kingdom of Anadune forward. We'll have to see more swordmasters coming forward. Again, a really odd behavior here from Numenor, sending these guys forward, but it's getting focused down. He should have just kept them back, kept them way back, out of archer range. If you could send anything forward, it'd have to be your spears, I'd say your armored spears or your swordsmen. They'd be what you want to send forward, but they're not going to be sent in, it seems. Instead, it's going to be more, yeah, swordmasters, and more dead swordmasters are going to make it to that front line. Yeah, this one's done worse than the last one, getting to 36, and it's still not safe yet. Pikes are a little bit in danger, I guess, as well of archer fire, which is why they're desperate to get rid of the archers. Which, in that case, I don't know why they were continuing with the policy they are. Yeah, that swordmaster wasted. Absolutely wasted. And yeah, the Numenorian swords here, they actually, I mean, they're doing okay. Got 8 losses, and they killed nearly 20 spearmen. They did a pretty decent job, you know, of keeping these guys pinned down. I mean, I don't know how many spears they have. It looks like actually pikes are now the focus of the interest here from the Numenorian player, the Kingdom of Numenor player. Pikes are also moving forward, though, for him, so he's going to get in range of Anadune's archers, and he's not dealt with them all yet. He's just weakened quite a few of them, but he's not killed them off. If he had a cav unit, he could possibly try and rush them, which is the risk that, you know, Kingdom of Anadune can offer, is that they could dash in at any point with these Numenorian scouts, try and get the archers into melee. They've got a really good position here, does Anadune.
May I suggest, my lord, we concentrate.
I think these guys, they're also been revealed as this flanking force here, the Ventures and the Shock Infantry, yeah, by the pikes. So he's aware of this flank, and they're going to fall back, and they're going to show themselves, and they're getting focused down by steel bowmen themselves. Now these Ventures here are going to get focused down. Shock Infantry as well will be vulnerable. These guys are basically the lesser tier shock that you can bring instead of the Swordmasters. So they're going to have even less armor block, I'd imagine. The shock keeps slicing and dicing there. And we're going to see the steel bowmen go into melee. It's not a bad idea if they're out of ammo, but I'm not sure if they are. They still got their bows out, which I don't know if that's a thing. Now they get out their double-handed swords, and they're going to get into melee. If they're going to do it, they've got to do it with all. Don't send in one unit at a time like Numenor's doing. Just going to get himself slowly chopped to pieces. He's going into melee with heavy infantry down there, some more spears. Anadune seems to have really cashed out on these heavy spearmen instead of bringing just like a lot of lesser infantry, like the armored spears and swords. Numenor, I guess also a unique general. He didn't bring one. He's kind of gone for some more expensive. So pikes being forced forward here. Archers really need to start focusing these pikes down, trying to do as much damage. Also, he should send forward his infantry line. Like, what is he doing sending just 1 or 2 units forward? Are you expecting a miracle? Like, you're going to break through with these guys? I mean, to be fair, the steel bowmen are losing. So the swordmasters, though. The steel bowman, I imagine, is also losing decisively. Yep, it's because he's going into melee against a actual fully fledged infantry unit. And yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, they're going to fall back. Whether they still have ammo as well, if they do, that's a massive loss. And here we go. Finally, Numenor looks like he might be about to mobilize his entire force, or at least a little bit more. He's certainly edging forward. He needs to just go fully in. Screw these scouts. Who cares about them? There are like some. These are a concern, but you can't see them.
We concentrate in just one
and they're actually quite a long way away from the main fight. They might not get there in time to, you know, change the outcome of any sort of battle. Steel bowmen falling back. The heavy infantry here have helped hold off the sword masters, and now it's just kind of like, what do you do next? If the steel bowmen still have ammo, you got to just keep shooting those pikes. If they don't, just absolutely mass this heavy infantry. They missed their opportunity. They're going to fall back, just chase them down, try and cut as many of them down as well. And it looks like Venturers and the shock infantry over here still trying to flank. Numenor could also try and isolate these units. Like, don't engage the main force, just isolate these flanking forces, try and kill them off, and then, you know, even up your chances of victory. I mean, right now, balance power is actually in favor of the Kingdom of Numenor. I guess numbers-wise maybe has something to do with it. They've lost a lot of bowmen to the Kingdom of Anadune. But, I mean, if you're going to send steel bowmen into pikes like this, you're only going to get one answer, and the answer is shish kebab steel bowmen. Yep, I do like the animation that they have. They kind of just like stand in and they go, ow, ow, and they just kind of eventually fall over and die. It's not really like actually the pikes doing anything. They're just kind of standing there, and they're just, and then the archers kind of just die at some random point. Armored spears going in. We've got pikes here as well for the Kingdom of Anadune, and they've been caught out actually. Yeah, they're not in formation. They've kind of got their backs to the armored swords here, armored spears and swords. And there you'll probably lose. Yeah, losing decisively. You already lost 50 warriors. That pike unit. That pike unit as well has also been caught out. I think it's getting flanked, yeah, by Tar Miriel. And whether that's causing it to, yeah, I mean, 142. That one's, yeah, not doing so great. The other one's doing fine. Yeah, I think because it's getting flanked. I think, yeah, attacked in the rear, apparently. Which I guess it is slightly. It's slightly getting around on the flanks. On this far flank over here, the shock infantry have done one over on the Numenorian swords. It looks like they've got a really good charge on them. The pikes really need to get in there and try and even that fight out. But really, it's going to become a 2v1 if the Venturers can win this fight here with their shock infantry colleagues. They can, you know, beat the Numenorian swords. Then one can pin down the pike, and then the other can flank. And then that is actually going to go in favor of the Kingdom of Anadune. It looks like the scouts have gone in and have quickly also been killed off. Yeah, they charged, it looks like, into the backs of... Maybe into the backs of the pikemen, or something into the backs of Royal Guard and armored spears. I think that's what's killed them off. And now those armored spears are clashing with the heavy infantry, so a spear fight taking place down here. Bit confusing to tell who is who. And the long pike line here continues. And yet archers are still just throwing their lives away. And another charge coming in from the scouts, though. I feel like they missed most of the Numenorian infantry. I don't know, they kind of got the backs of these pikes. The scouts, I imagine, yeah, the combat even. Still 20 of them left. Still doing okay. The Numenorian bodyguard is in melee. I was going to say, the sword unit here, could it flank around potentially? Heavy infantry here, though, are also chasing them down, so they are going to be doing some problems. And there you go. The faithful of the Golden King have revealed themselves. They are going to commit, and they're going to try and take out this pike. They're doing what the other side should be doing as well for the Kingdom of Anadune. They're surrounding that pike, and they're going to route that very nice and quick. Over on this side here, looks like actually that bow unit getting over here to support is maybe helping turn this fight around a little bit. Looks like it could be quite even over here. There's pikes that have certainly won over here for Kingdom of Numenor. They need to keep pushing forward, get in here. I mean, they're pinning down a lot of archers right now. A lot of steel bowmen look like they're getting slain. I mean, there's steel bowmen fighting steel bowmen. Pikes need to get in here as well, start poking away at them. This is not looking good. Once these faithful are able to shift over, they can start to encircle more swords. The armored spears down here, they're armored spears, yeah, it look like they're routing into pikes. This pike unit, though, somehow managed to stabilize, even though it was getting flanked at one point. It's also kind of hard to tell where they are. It seems like they're all stretched all over the place. The animations are great. They really are. Like I say every video for this, but the dev has done a great job. Really has. They need to just keep it up. And then it has a campaign as well, which is great. You've got to love that. More pikes fighting each other here, so yeah, both sides, you know. Now seeing a big old pike fight. It's like a pike and shot battle taking place here.
Oh,
right total
day.
war as
Our
well
army
for it.
is running from the field. We must rally our men before all is lost.
Don't know if anyone's lost their general yet. Tar Miriel is fighting in here against the Numenorian bodyguard. I think the generals are clashing. Tar Miriel is kind of a hybrid unit. It's not really supposed to be a melee so much. Oh, it's not. It's not meant for melee as much as the Numenorian bodyguard. Combat even though actually apparently Tar Miriel's losing. The bodyguard is combat even. Maybe because the pikes are sort of helping a bit more in this fight over here. I'm really not sure. A bit of a mess. This Numenorian pike definitely needs to get more in the fight. The Numenorian faithful of the Golden King have helped rout that Numenorian sword, and they can get into the back. And you can see they're actually, the faithful are over here now against Tar Miriel. They've gone for the head of the snake. They want to slay Tar Miriel, get her off the throne of Numenor, and put our Pharazon on it. Steel Bowman still, fighting down here against pikes. Put up a decent fight, down here, these guys.
Shameful day. Our army is running from the field. We must rally our men before all is lost.
It's pretty damn close. The balance power, though, has definitely shifted in favor of the Kingdom of Anadune. A lot of routing going on. Steel Bowman routing on both sides there. These pikes and just a lot of pikes really getting involved. I don't know if it's really the play to bring pikes. I feel like if Kingdom of Numenor seem like they're losing at the moment, if I was to critique them, I would have brought more swords. And I don't know if they had ammo left, but they should have really focused down the pikes with their own archers.
Long, they're becoming tired.
But I brought more swords. Try to flank around the pikes and try and just do that instead of trying to play the pike game yourself. Definitely, I don't think works. They're slow killers, these pikes, and they seem like they seem very fragile. If you were to get around them, you seem to be able to break them quite quickly. You don't have to kill them all off. Like down here, what's going on? It seems like there's multiple pike units in here for the Kingdom of Numenor, and they're being held up by one pike here of the Kingdom of Anadune. And that's what I mean. These guys seem to be able to hold off multiple units of anything, really, these pikes. They're very, very good in that sense. But you don't want to end up then being the one that's got multiple units held up by it. I think they're going to go back to back. Is Tar Miriel dead? I think she's certainly fallen. Or at least retreated. I don't think she's fallen, is what I meant to say. And Steel Bowman here going in for that rear charge. They're going to start slicing and dicing. And yeah, with that rear charge there, you can see they immediately start to waver and break. I know they've lost their general as well. But yeah, this just shows how easy it is to rout these guys. Just get them in a melee and then hammer and amber them. You give yourself a good chance. Oh, Tar Miriel, yeah, without the star, so I think she might have fallen, actually. Kind of hard to tell what's going on in here. Why did they have to fight in this forest? They had a massive open plain over there, and they didn't decide to fight in that. Pike's still fighting on against the Golden Faithful down here. I mean, they got a... And there you go. I think that's a rout for the Kingdom of Numenor and a victory for the Kingdom of Anadune. And we'll end the battle and have a quick look at the end results. But yeah, I was going to say the Faithful for the Kingdom of Anadune, a really good axe unit. Nothing really similar for the Kingdom of Numenor. I feel like they could maybe do with a unique unit of their own. I don't know if they've really got anything that like the Kingdom of Anadune doesn't have. Because both pretty much share the same roster as they're both Numenorians. So yeah, maybe they could do with something unique. That's something I would maybe recommend. Maybe, I mean, they've got another unique general, I guess, but it's not exactly something that you can, you can't bring both, is what I'm trying to say. So maybe they could do with like a unit you can bring, unique, just any battle. Anyway, this was sent in by Aiden, who was playing as the Kingdom of Anadune. I mean, both sides took some pretty heavy losses, to be fair. He lost well over half his army. So yeah, well done to Aiden. Unlucky to Whoosh. I mean, he sent in... Whoosh had a larger army, and yeah, he threw away a few units when he didn't really need to. And yeah, and things shouldn't have played into the pike game. Aiden did, and he definitely should not have followed. I don't know if they both, like, said they were going to go all pikes or heavily on pikes, but yeah. was an interesting one. Numenor and shock infantry on those flanks, getting 286 kills. The heavy infantry, 241 kills. Steel bowmen, 209 kills. The faithful, which joined late into the game, 193 kills. 190 kills with the adventurers, which is very good for them because they're pretty cheap. Pikes getting 143 kills, 134, 31. So yeah, some decent kills there. We have Wutch playing as Tar Miriel and the Kingdom of Numenor. Tar Miriel getting 240 kills, 219 with the Steel Bowman, Pikes 157, Steel Bowman 153. I mean, they got some good kills, these guys. How many kills did the Scouts get? 112. It's not bad for them, actually. But yeah, there you go. That is today's Last Alliance battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more Last Alliance on the channel, then do, like I said, do remember to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that shenanigans. Do check out the videos appearing on your screen. There's some more glorious Last Alliance battles there, some bigger ones as well. And yeah, until then, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.